Uh, the night is heavy, guys. It's a heavy night. Um, it's your boy TOJ. Don't forget to go to the Opinion Junkie at Instagram and follow me there. You know, a lot of people have been sending me links to the video of the shooting of Jacob Blake, and I can't watch it. It's I feel like Dave Chappelle. I can't keep watching videos of people getting shot by the police, because when you see something like that happen, you really can't fight it. I mean, how do you can't go through like through the TV screen and grab the gun. These videos make you feel helpless. Okay, when you look at all the evidence, all of the cases, too much of what you see is pointing to white supremacists infiltrating law enforcement. There's no other way to look at it. All right. I done seen Tamir Rice videos. I done seen, Breonna Taylor. They haven't even arrested the person who killed her. All right. It's not a good night, people. I mean, I salute to LeBron and salute to, I think, the Wisconsin basketball team. The NFL playoffs are actually on hold because they're wearing Black Lives Matter shirts and they're sitting out the games in protest, in solidarity for Jacob Blake. Now, don't get me wrong, I've seen the video. I, had to, hold my nose and look at it. And let me tell you something, bro. That was a horrible video to watch. And that goes to show you from Philando Castile that these motherfuckers will kill you in front of your children with kids in the car. That cop put his hand, extended it into the driver's seat, and emptied the gun in that man 8 times in the back. And now this dude is paralyzed. Now, yeah, it's a good thing that the GoFundMe page almost hit $1 million in one night. But let me say this: that man is paralyzed. All right. But when you see Benjamin Crump talking for the family, excuse me, you know what you're dealing with. Crump is a settlement lawyer. Benjamin Crump is not there to end qualified immunity. And I want y'all to understand that. All right. Benjamin Crump is not there to end qualified immunity. Okay. And like Dexter said, Dexter Mulkey. Yeah, I know he's not dead, he's just paralyzed. But like I said, it's just it's a sad case, man. I mean, looking at the riots, and you have this young kid, 17 years old, walking around with a damn with an assault rifle. Now, mind you, his charges have been brought up. Now he's being charged with 3 accounts of murder because he killed 2 people, and the one dude with the skateboard, he died from his injuries today. So now imagine this guy was a heavy Trump supporter and a heavy Blue Lives Matter supporter. Okay, now there's footage, and I don't know who I credit for this, but they got a photograph of the same killer, of the shooter, at a Donald Trump rally. Something got to be said about this, people. I'm sorry, we can only do so many videos, but I mean, how Trump is able to keep on fanning the flames of racism, division, and hate like he is, and just, what I'm saying, his approval ratings are going higher by the day. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm glad LeBron is out there doing this thing, and a lot of NBA players are out there protesting. But until we end qualified immunity, I don't want to hear no more talk. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't want to hear no talks of forgiveness. I don't want to hear no talks of praying. I don't want to hear no talks about peaceful protest. Peaceful protest got 3 people killed. All right. Nobody in their right mind goes to a protest with a loaded weapon. Militia groups was out there, and the cops watched this dude walk right by them. In fact, he had his hands up after shooting live rounds. He didn't shoot in the air. He didn't shoot warning shots. He actually shot at people. Now, I had some friends of mine on my Facebook page, and they were sitting there like, oh, wow, well, they threw Molotov cocktails at him. Well, what the fuck you expect? I watched several videos, and mind you, everybody who's out there protesting had their cell phone recording. There's several angles of this dude agitating people, and the cops sitting on the sideline watching. And they got people in the comment section on my Facebook page telling, oh man, well, thank God this one kid was brave enough to do what the cops are not doing. And I'm like, what is that? Protecting the innocent. There was folks out there just peacefully protesting. It wasn't rioting, setting shit on fire. This dude and a group of his friends were walking around with guns, loaded weapons, bro, because they wanted something to happen. All right. Now this dude is paralyzed, but let me say this. There's video footage of him with a set of keys, and I'm looking at people sharing this video of this guy, and it got like a red circle around his hand saying that he was holding a knife. He could have been holding a bat for all I give a fuck. You can't shoot the man in the foot. You can't tase him. With Marcus. Oh, Marcus, what's good, fam? Let me see. What Trump is also doing is showing us who our real enemies are, which is good because we've been asleep for a while. Now, excuse the pun, the political views are black and white. And that's the case in point. If you look at my Facebook page, for some odd reason, black people have one viewpoint. Now, white liberals are going to always have, for the most part, the exact same viewpoints as the black people. But the white conservatives, none of them are condemning this dude's actions. And mind you, this boy, he just killed a white person, shot him in the chest, the exact same way they shot your boy who was jogging. You can't come back from that. That boy hit that man in a sternum. They call it a double tap. And this boy was a police officer wannabe. His page is filled with Blue Lives Matter content. And he was at a Trump rally. Trump has not come out to denounce this dude's actions or what, at all. Not to be funny, had this happened 2 months ago, they would have this dude speaking at the RNC tonight. I think this is what, day number 3? 3 nights of talking and of sucking Trump dick. I'm telling you, bro, it's not even November yet, and it's gonna get worse. We got the pandemic going on. I looked the Supreme Court, from what I understand. I was trying to look it up how to end qualified immunity. The Supreme Court wouldn't even look it up. And that just goes to show you can talk about Trump all you want, but some Democrats, some liberals on the Supreme Court also voted to not even visit the whole idea of ending qualified immunity. They want those cops crooked. All of this stuff is all connected, y'all. Okay? The criminal justice system, when you look at the disparity between how they convict blacks and whites, it's the exact same thing. So, at the end of the day, bro, I'm sorry that the man is in the hospital. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm telling you, the police chief was sitting there like, well, I blame the protesters. Had the protesters not been out there protesting, there would be no reason for the guy to be out there with the AK-47. How do this is what you're dealing with? If this is the mentality of your police chief, you're not gonna find justice in this case. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a long time coming, people, and it won't be easy. But you gotta stay on their neck, bro. I just hate that Benjamin Crump got his stupid ass out there with that family, because the first thing they did, the minute they hired, Benjamin Crump either volunteered to protect that family or speak on behalf of the family, I knew damn well somebody was gonna go out there and look at this dude's criminal background, as if his criminal background had any fucking thing to do with him getting shot that day. I don't get that. That's the same shit Candace Owens did. When the police are dealing with you at that interaction, at that point in time, they don't know your criminal record. Nobody knows what the hell even happened before he got shot. From what I understand, there's so many different contradicting stories. Somebody said the cops came for 2 white girls fighting. Then I heard he has a rape case pending. Then I heard, it was 2 black chicks fighting. He was trying to break up the fight. So, I'm sorry, y'all. It's just going to be, it's one of them long, drawn-out cases where there'll be a bunch of fingers pointed, and it's going to take some more firebombing for, I don't know, the FBI to come in and probably investigate this case and get this guy indicted. Indicted does not mean convicted, but unfortunately, it's looking like, it may take the FBI to come in and send in some National Guard to get this shit under control. Realize this is going to be literally from George Floyd to right now, 3 straight consecutive months of protests and riots. and his president ain't say shit about it yet. It's not even good, you know. In fact, it ain't even funny. And it's, you know, and it's looking like if you're gonna be out there protesting, y'all, if you're gonna be out there demonstrating, carry a fucking gun. I'm glad that dude who got shot in the hand had a weapon on him. There are all people out there that's deputized by the police department to go out there undercover. Remember, during the George Floyd riots, there was Antifa out there setting bricks up. There was also cops out there undercover setting buildings on fire, wearing regular plain clothes. So it would behoove you, if you're going to go out there on behalf of Black Lives Matter, on behalf of your own social media platform, bring a fucking gun. Peaceful protest ain't peaceful no more. And for the most part, for the love of God, don't bring your children with you out there. I've seen several people, now in the daylight, maybe, but at nighttime, don't have your kids out there with you protesting, bro. With all them weirdos and assholes wearing ski masks, hiding all that tear gas, you're a target. How many times have you seen people driving pickup trucks through crowds of people, bro, plowing through them, killing them? This shit is almost like a powder keg. So, and you're almost asking for it. Protesting is one thing, demonstrating is another thing. But go out there with a weapon on you. I'm not saying go out there to start trouble, but in case something pop off, at least you can fire back and neutralize the suspect. Because the cops ain't gonna fucking protect you. They're gonna watch the whole thing go down. Mind you, you know what I'm saying? The cops are the reason for the protest. They got bricks being thrown at them. So if another, you know what I'm saying, suspected white supremacists come out there with a militia, you know, a militia group come out there and they start opening fire on the crowd, all y'all got is fucking picket signs. You know what I'm saying? And bottles of water. Them dudes trained in the woods for this. So you can't go out there, man, protesting, bro, and see these assholes counter protesting on the opposite side of the street and not think that they got that they have firearms and they got ammunition on them. And all you got is picket signs and Black Lives Matter signs. It's been weighing heavy on me, bro. The NFL, I mean, not the NFL, the NBA, they're stopping. Couple, you know, I seen a dude walk off of ESPN today. He said, bro, I can't just have this conversation about, you know, the approaching football season when they got another black man. Like, fuck all this shit, dog. It don't matter your financial situation. If you're a millionaire, you see the news like every other black dude. All right. And Candace Owens, she can miss me with that bullshit saying that, well, LeBron James should have a opinion about what's going on. He has a white chef. He has a private property. Well, shit, when LeBron moved to California, to LA, they spray painted the word nigga on his gate in a gated community. That sprayed the word nigga on his gate. So no matter where you go, it's going to follow you. No matter your socioeconomic status, dog, you can't escape it. At any given moment. Shit, Dr. Dre got held up in front of his own house. Dr. Dre's own neighbor called the cops on him. And Dre is damn, if not already a billionaire at the point. I think he's worth like $830 million or something. I don't count another man's money. But Dre was almost a billionaire at the time. They called the cops on him in his own fucking neighborhood, in front of his own house. And mind you, when Dre confirmed he lived there, the cop didn't even apologize. Obama was in office when all this was taking place. So y'all got to understand something, bro. The president is not there to save y'all. We are 100% on our own. Some kind of way. I've been looking into it. I was going to start a GoFundMe page. I don't want to get shot or nothing. So I'm going to let somebody else get shot. But somebody got to start you know, somebody out there somewhere got to put themselves in a position. It can be a union. It could be a concerted effort. But we got to end qualified immunity, bro. And here's another thing. Black police ain't your friend. I know y'all don't want to hear that shit, but I hold black police to the exact same standard I hold white police. Because they will sit there and watch you get your head bust in, and they'll go to lunch like it never happened. You ain't getting no slack because you black, and they're black also. In fact, I've had almost all bad experiences with black police. Truth be told, give me a second. I remember that video I seen. What up, Peanut? I remember this video, and I know y'all seen it. There's a black dude running through an alley. He had a gun in his hand. Now he did have a gun, And that cop shot that dude, I think, like 16 times. The dude was on the ground, and the cop was still shooting him. And a black police officer walked right up on that dude and said, "Shit, homie, it's gonna be a closed casket." So it just goes to show you, blue is blue all over. So when they say Blue Lives Matter, they mean the black cops also. The black cops want the exact same ability to fuck over you as the white cops do. And mind you, there's been studies out there that show that a black cop is more times than likely to shoot you than a white cop, whether folks want to hear it or not. And they're going to find a way to justify it. It happened down here in New Orleans. Alon Peanut, you might know this story. Remember that black dude? He was upstairs in somebody's apartment. Now, mind you, unfortunately, his partner was the weed man. He upstairs fucking somebody. The weed man is gone. So the cops happen to be at the house serving a warrant. Now, of course, the young man from college didn't know this. His partner became the weed man while he was off at school. So he upstairs smashing a young chick. He hit the front door, get kicked in. He poked his head out from the top stairwell. They shoot him twice, and the dude just dropped to the ground. They spent almost 8 weeks trying to reconstruct the crime scene. Remember that shit, Peanut? When Leon Canizero would not respond to all the questions like, well, is the cop going to be, is he going to be reprimanded? And the cop was a rookie. It was like his first week on the job. So what the fuck is this young dude first week on the job? What's he doing part of the SWAT team? SWAT team is special weapons and tactics. Those are guys that's been training for like 6 years. They're usually the jump out boys, or they're like narcotic police. And every now and then, if a situation occurs, they'll come together and they'll serve a warrant. This young rookie dude, 1 week on the job, killed somebody. Now he's serving 8 years in jail. And they tried their best to reconstruct the crime scene to give him a reason to say he saw a weapon. Dude walk outside, dick hanging out. He shot the fucking dude and killed him. And I did see him at a round table discussion with the family crying. He bawling tears like, man, my life is over with. And I could tell the dude really was like sad, because sometimes cops, they cry crocodile tears to get sympathy from the jury. This dude was like, fuck no, I killed somebody. A young man with a football career. I ended this dude's life. Some of them other cops, the one that killed George Floyd, none of them niggas was crying. They already out there looking for an excuse to get off right now. I seen one cop saying, the lawyer for the Asian guy, he was like, well, George Floyd was already high on fentanyl, and they all going to use the exact same high on fentanyl excuse. And that's the one thing you guys got to understand. They're going to use every last victim's criminal background. I got a criminal background. If you see my background, based on how I look in the face and how I act, me, being all funny and a comedian, you would never think I am the person that I am. And I tell all black people, bro, you're not. And this is the one thing you probably don't want to hear me say. But I gotta say it. I don't want to hurt y'all feelings, but truth of the matter is, I had a black cop tell me to my face. He said, bro, I go to the hood all the time. I know. And when you're a police officer, you kind of sort of know some of the same people. You see the same people every day. It's kind of sort of like community policing. You have your beat area. He said, you know what I try to tell young black dudes on the corner? He said, Rico, I tell these dudes all the time, you're not going to win the arrest, but you will win your court date. And I say, what you mean? He said, what I mean, by the time you and that cop is interacting, the cop got every discretion to put your ass in jail on the spot. It's up to the cop to let you go home. Now, running your mouth with all that shit saying, yeah, fuck you, son, I know my rights. He said, yeah, you might know your rights, but I got the power to inconvenience you and make you pay bond to get out of jail. Just being a bitch ass nigga, I can put a handcuffs on you and make a reason to take you to jail. Now, at that moment in time, I'll win. I might get a slap on the wrist from my boss. I might get rolled up. But that particular night, you going to jail. You're not gonna win between me and you. Now you can go to court and get that shit dismissed and live happily ever after. But that one moment in time when it's just me and you on the side of the road, I can just make a reason to put you in jail. And I know every dude know that. But some odd reason, when you see these cops saying don't resist, don't do this, you're not gonna win. They got a police union that's designed to keep these dudes employed. That one cop, The one that killed George Floyd, that dude had a rap sheet longer than George Floyd. And it's true. Police have records that should follow them. Donald Trump kind of sort of signed some kind of little paper into law where if you're a cop with all these complaints against you, you can't, like, all your complaints, they follow you. Because usually you can kind of just like go to another state and join another police force and they really won't look up your background. But now all these crooked cops with all these complaints on them, all these firings, shot their weapons and all that shit can follow you, which that should have been a law a long time ago. But mind you, that's what the union is there for. I had a cop from New York tell me the same thing. He said, bro, our union is so strong, there can be a video of me smoking crack and I can still keep my job. All the union to do is say, I'm going to go to rehab and I'm right back on the street the next day. That's how strong the police union is. So when I mean qualified immunity, bro, it's going to cost money. And that's the one thing black folks don't want to hear is the money. You give TD Jakes $40 million. You'll pay a $45 million private jet for Creflo Dollar. But if every black American worthy of voting has it in their stomach to donate $100 to somebody's GoFundMe campaign to hire the right lobby to go to because mind you, the police union have a union that go to DC and sit with the president and fight for the right to kill you. They fight for the right to keep qualified immunity. And who the fuck you got to go fight on your behalf? All them pro-black dudes who got access to resources, they got access to capital. Them niggas ain't trying to go out there and end that shit. Because they ain't trying to be a target. Because you do realize you in qualified immunity, some cops are going to retire and resign, but fuck them anyway. But they're gonna have your ass killed. That's the one thing. That's the one reason several cowards choose to have the badge anyway, because they cowards. But a badge gives you the power to fuck over people. You can plant drugs on them. You got a union to back you up. That's why the cop brazenly just went right behind that man and shot that dude in the back and emptied all them bullets in that man back with his kids in the back seat. All those fucking witnesses watching. The same reason why that Asian dude sit there with his arms folded and watch that man put his knee on that dude back for 8 minutes straight. Like, fuck you. What you gonna do about it? I'm a cop. I got a badge. You don't. It's like putting on a superhero uniform. All right? And the public is seeing that. But unfortunately, the other half of the country, they want cops to have that power over you. They love it. I see it in the comment sections all the time. The comment section is the most realistic part of social media. Of any platform of social media, the comment section is the most honest out of all of it because it's regular people giving a true opinion. They may have a fake screen name, but all them racists that voted for Trump, they tell you how they really feel. And they don't have no qualms about it. They'll tell you, man, fuck that nigga. I got a close friend of mine right now who I'm thinking about blocking this nigga on Facebook. He's sitting there like, fuck this piece of trash. You know, talking about excuse me, about Jacob Blake. About if you don't isn't it kind of odd that as long as you don't break the law, the cops don't fuck with you? But here's the thing. I don't have a problem with cops correcting criminals, arresting criminals. I pay tax like everybody else. I just want the exact same across the board treatment for everybody. You bust me in the head with a brick, bust that other guy in the head with a brick. But it always seems that when it's an unarmed person or it's excessive force, it's always a black person. I've rarely ever seen video footage of a white guy getting his brains blown out. There's a video right now. I wish I can use my screen recorder to show y'all. There's a white man with a knife chasing cops around a parking lot for like 10 minutes straight. None of them shot him. Another video of a cop wrestling a white lady, a female police officer cop. He damn near broke her arm, got in her police car, and just drove the fuck off with it. I mean, there's several examples of that. But a black dude selling cigarettes, a black dude holding a baby, a nigga breaking up a fight. One dude with and mind you, even with in the case of George Floyd, the $20 bill was real. It wasn't even counterfeit. And like I said in my other video, come to find out, all that bullshit Candace Owens was speaking was bullshit. The girl wasn't even pregnant. He put a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach who just happened to be black. No, the lady was Hispanic and she wasn't even pregnant. And like I said in my last broadcast, why was he looking for drugs and money in a house of a regular person? Usually, when people hook on drugs, is in a trap house looking for drugs and money. It's a trap house. Ain't nobody looking to break in my house for drugs and money. All I got is Mountain Dew and art supplies. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no money in here. Just me and my gun and like 2 cats. Other than that, ain't nothing in this fucking house. So if somebody was to break in the house, quote unquote, looking for drugs and money, apparently somebody out there told them I had dope and money in my house. But this poor dude right here, man, fortunately he survived. So I tell everybody, oh, what's up, Indigenous Warrior? Mr. 504, what up, family? So, like I said, the criminal background is they always seem to use the criminal background of the victim to justify the police killing them, but they don't use the police excessive force to justify our outrage. Isn't it funny how that works? We can't be mad at this guy getting his back blown out, 8 bullets in his back, but y'all can be mad at us for tearing the city apart and attacking the police. I seen a video of a cop in Russia, and I told one of them Trump supporters today on WWL TV. I said, bro, I can show you videos upon videos of the Russian police. They don't fuck around. They'll break your ass in pieces. The cops in Russia, they don't fuck around. I seen a cop with a damn billiard club beat a dude with a gun. Our cops are cowards. Our police officers are not trained to disarm and de-escalate. That's why Muhammad Noor is sitting his ass in prison now. He shot an innocent white lady for no reason, and she coming out of her own backyard. That girl from Australia, he shot that woman, and now his ass in jail. But Muhammad Noor, just like the cop that killed Philando Castile and the cop that killed George Floyd, all these guys had records and a history of complaints on them, and they never get fired. All they do is get transferred. Somebody got to end qualified immunity. And it's funny how in school they never teach you how this works. You got to pay a lawyer and pay another lawyer and then pay a lobby group to tell you how to end qualified immunity. And a police union ain't going nowhere no time soon. They too insulated. They pay the politicians. You see, the police union actually shows every last one of us how this shit works. The teachers union do it. The police unions do it. The teachers union actually has 2 police. The teachers union have 2 teachers unions. I didn't even know that. I thought they had only 1 teachers union. They got 2 of them. One union for older teachers that's going to retire, and one for the young teachers. On one hand, I forgot the name of these 2 unions. One half, they lobby for testing scores and curriculum, and the other ones, they lobby for benefits. With the police, it's the exact same thing. The Fraternal Order of Police, what they do is they go out and lobby for like bulletproof vests and to get funding for this, that, and the third. But they also fund. They also lobby for the ability to kill you with impunity. And for some odd reason, that shit is working for them, but it ain't working for us. You ever notice that? You can't ask nobody to tell you what powers the police don't have. I defy anybody to tell me what powers the cops don't have. They can walk in your house without a warrant. They can just say, I fear for my life. Lying through their fucking teeth, but they fear for their life. They teach them to use that excuse, and the unions teach them that in the police handbook. Hey man, you fear for his life. And then if it's proven that the cop is a piece of shit, well, the cops, they have a tough job. You realize domestic abuse and divorce is high as fuck in a police department. They bring that shit home to their wife. They bring that shit home to their family, and they fucking all the female cops. That's why so many dirty cops get caught planting dope. They get caught having sex with underage girls. They ain't no different than the Catholic Church. They're almost equally as guilty and as twisted as the Catholic Church. Because the police, the politicians that actually support these guys need them to be crooked. They need that. But anyway, guys, that's it for tonight, man. It's been weighing heavy on me, man. I didn't want to look at that video And too many people kept on tagging me in the video and say, come on now, another black unarmed, yes, Rico, another black unarmed man shot in the back. And I'm so sick of everybody looking at these videos, trying to pause it and frame it and saying, well, look, in his left hand, he had a gun. It was a set of car keys. But like I said earlier, don't walk your ass to your car. They can easily say, oh, he's going to his car to retrieve a weapon. I can shoot him in the back of the head. And all you get is a bunch of people protesting and burning down stuff. And the cops get transferred. And then that particular cop gets a GoFundMe page, and he raised $1 million in one day. The Trump supporters ain't nothing to fuck with. This young boy right now, he already got a GoFundMe page, and it's already at 100 grand. In one day, the boy that killed 3 people, the 17-year-old police wannabe, that Trump supporter, already raised 100 grand on his GoFundMe page. That's power. That's hate. That's bigotry. When you are that dedicated to your bigotry, you will do whatever. It's like a religion to you. All right? And I want y'all to understand that them guys, the ones that support Trump, that's an actual religion to them. That's why there's a group right now called QAnon or QAnon or Q. I forgot what it's called, but they blocked them on Facebook because they were spreading so many lies to the point where they're trying to be like the next version of Anonymous, where they wear that stupid mask. So it's real out here, y'all. You know, watch your back, be safe, man. Get you a weapon, bro. It's gonna be a hard election year, and I'm telling you, you young and you black, you know, have your wits about you when you walk in the street, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you something: if Trump lose, it ain't gonna be good. And mind you, it ain't even September yet. We still got September and October to go before we get to November. There hasn't been one presidential one debate yet. And Trump ain't saying nothing about these protests. He ain't got nothing to say because all his supporters out there firing back at the police. Shit's real out here, y'all. I'm out.